All right, so you're asking yourself, what's a go-do versus an RFP? A go-do is when we have authorization from the property management company and ultimately from the board to go perform work. Go out and get this project started. That's super important because those go-dos actually have a lower overall job cost versus an RFP. So what's an RFP? I'm sure you're familiar, but it's a request for proposal. We get a request to go out and inspect and provide a proposal. Now, that process of the inspection, providing the proposal, then the time frame it takes to get the approval back, that can be days, with some HOAs, gosh, it can even be weeks. That time frame actually increases the overall project costs. Why does it do that, right? You're asking, why? Well, the reason why that happens is because you need to end up removing more building material the longer the property sits. If we get out to a water damage today that somebody just reported they had a leak at their toilet or the roof, etc. today, we can get away with not removing as much building materials. So what does that mean? Less repairs, right? What does that mean? Happier homeowners, right? What does that mean? Less insurance claims for those homeowners. The whole scenario is much better when you get a project started. So our recommendation is find a restoration contractor that you can trust, that can build a relationship with the board so the board can trust the contractor to go out within parameters that make sense for the HOA, but allow them to go start work. All right, so if you're evaluating whether you should do an RFP or a go-do, feel free to reach out to us. We'll talk to you about your HOA. We can look at some projects that you guys have done, build in some thresholds that make sense for the HOA to protect the HOA on the upside, but also reduce overall costs. And it's super important that we're putting the HOA first, and that your restoration hero is making sure we make your life easier through the process, right? If you're a property manager, you have less phone calls, emails, etc. on the go-do work orders. So let's make everybody's life easier. Let's reduce costs, and let's educate the HOA industry on RFPs versus go-dos and the benefit and cost-benefit analysis of both, okay? So thank you. We're your restoration hero, and reach out to us if you want to talk about go-do versus RFP work orders. Thank you.